everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and I have got you the world record time for Robo Rumble featuring none other than myself as Mortis. Now, there's going to be a lot of times that are exactly this time because this is the maximum amount of time that you can play Robo Rumble, and it's, I will say straight off, it is absolutely using an exploit. Basically, you see, as you're gonna watch the entire game here, me playing Mortis. You basically just take Mortis and you run the bots around for the entirety of the 13 minutes and 14 seconds. Your other two teammates, they're down in the very bottom left. They just do nothing. Literally, you never attack the bots the entire time. It's kind of ridiculous, but and you know, me playing Mortis, you know, I've got you guys some well, I've been taking some tips from Can You Dig It? What can I say? But we went over here into Robo Rumble because last week we saw a time that was like ridiculous. We're like Frank, Tara, and Mortis, like, how did this happen, you know? But they started figuring out it basically is just a huge pain train of Mortis just dragging these bots around forever. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm not the greatest at Mortis, but if all I have to do is avoid bots, run in a circle, and start leading them around, then I should be good. And to make this strategy work, it really depends upon the map. This was actually my very first try at doing this, which, you know, I got lucky with this map. It actually isn't the complete best because that spot there on the far right, as you see, it prevents me from dragging them over. And look, I am like on the verge of death here. But I finally, once you get all the bots spawned, I think at about this point, no more bots actually spawn. Waves start, but no more bots actually spawn. So, and it's essential that you don't kill any bots either, because if you kill them, then, oh yeah, it looks like one more round of bots is spawning here, I think. But if you kill any, then whenever you get to the later rounds, you'll get like the little droid bots and the charge bots, and that will totally screw you up. So I was still finding my way at this point. I wanted to find the best path to chase, you know, to lead them on. And this is the one that I came up with. I would have loved to have been able to take them further. It would have been even easier, but this is the only path that I could take. So I started, as I were moving on here, I kind of figured out two spots that I needed to dash. Here I was trying, I thought maybe if I lead them further, that would be good, and I don't think that was it, and I was getting hit more because of the long-range shots. There was more long-range sight lines for those sniper bots to hit me, so I decided against that. But right there, that spot that I go through right there, I would always dash right there, and then there's one spot right here on the top you'll see. I always dash. Sometimes I would dash there if I felt like I needed an extra space, but right here, almost always right there, I would dash again. You'll see as I get along, and I really start finding my groove, that is where I would dash again, because that's the spots, because the bots get so close to you, and that's the spot where they see you, they'll instantly shoot when you're in that area right there, as you can see, and when they get too close to you, they hit you, and it hurts a lot when you get hit, so you don't want to. And here's something interesting, wave 14, is that another boss doesn't spawn. Now, I've played games before where the boss will still spawn. You can actually get 3 bosses at one time on the field, but I think they have to be damaged. I think that's why this works the way it does, that no more bosses spawn, is that if you damage them at all, then more will spawn. But if you never damage it, somehow the coding doesn't work right in the game. And right here, look at that. I almost screwed it up right there. I missed my spot, and I almost got hit. And there's one other spot later on in here where it was so close to me dying. Because I swiped one too many times. I actually went to just move my joystick to where I could get ready for my next dash, and I accidentally auto-attacked, and it shot me back towards the bots. My heart was beating, my fingers were sweating, because the guy that I was playing with, CR7, he only had 1 ticket. Now, Trickshot was playing with me as well. I don't know how many tickets he had, but there was 1 shot. We had 1 shot to do this for CR7, and I really wanted to get that time for him. I have like 80 tickets, so it's like, whatever, man. I can, you know, I can play as much as I want till I get this, but CR7 only had 1 shot at it. Trickshot probably had a few, but it must have been pretty boring for them back in spawn, just, you know, doing nothing. I don't know, but was able to, finally I started here, I started getting my rhythm. Okay, I was like, all right, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I kind of know the path that I need to take. I need to dash in a couple spots mainly. Sometimes I dash here. Sometimes I dash when I was moving back upwards right around the corner right here. I would dash sometimes, depending on if I felt like I was going to get hit, but almost right here, I would almost always dash right there, and then coming down, I'd almost always dash right there as well. Usually, not always. It just depended on the feel of it at the moment. So wave 21, the third boss should be spawning normally right now. Of course, it's not going to happen because that one boss is still on the field. Again, I don't know why this happens the way it does, and then I have no doubt that it is going to get patched very soon, because if not, everybody's going to be running around with 13, 14 times as on the Robo Rumble. But that is what it is. So right here I was dashing. 5 minutes in. I'm going to run out of commentary to say here because you know, how long can I talk about what's going on? We all see that I'm just running these bots around, ring around the rosy style. Right here, I got hit a few times. I wanted to make sure I didn't get hit here or here. That way, this section right here, I'm going to have plenty of time to regain some health. So if you do get hit, usually there's some spots where you know that you do not have to dash and you can regain that health, and it's usually okay. I don't know where the spot is where I completely screw up and I just about just totally screw it up. We'll see right here in a minute, but it was so close. But I kind of felt a little, I'm gonna be honest, I felt a little bit bad about doing this because I don't really like exploits like in the very beginning whenever Robo Rumble first came out. So Corey found out a way that you could pretty much control where the bots spawn and where they went to, and it was was way more satisfying. You just line those bots up and you just mow them down, and that was an exploit. This is an exploit. The one even where Tara and Frank and Barley kind of go into a corner and smash them all and get like, you know, 7, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, that's an exploit too. An exploit is basically just something that you're doing that is, you're playing the game outside of what the game developers intended it to be played as. So, and that's absolutely what we're doing here. So by no means is this like, you know, Lex is so good at Robo Rumble. No, this is obviously just a big exploit, but you guys can absolutely use this strategy for yourselves to get a great time as well, because if you don't, they're going to patch it and it's going to happen. But, you know, it is what it is. Before that, my best time was probably in like the high 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes, and that was a couple weeks ago, I think. I pulled that one off, but, you know, this is something different. And also what's weird here is that once a certain amount of bots are on the field, I guess there is a certain limit to the number of robots that can be on the field. Beyond that, they just don't spawn anymore. And so, again, if you kill any on the early side, then you're going to wait to leave the harder bots for later, the ones that can absolutely catch you, and then you're screwed, because then they'll run you down and they do too much damage. So I'm curious when I'm going to hit this spot. I can't remember where it happened. I think it was around 9-10 minutes or so where I just completely screwed up, and I really thought, man, this was our shot the first time for CR7, and I screwed it up. But I don't know. You'll see. It was really close to being completely done, but I know this isn't the most enthralling video ever, just watching me run these bots around, but this is how you get a world record time right now. It's going to be the same for everybody. It's 13 minutes. I think it's 13:14. And it's going to show, it won't show up on the leaderboard because I bet you there's so many people who have this now that it doesn't matter. But look, I got 8 people watching me. It got up to like 10 people watching me at a time. I was feeling the pressure, man. Even though I know I've been in spots where thousands of people watch me, you know, every day. It's still live watching it under the moment. I'm not kidding. My thumbs were sweating. I was just like, oh my gosh, don't screw this up, Lex. You got this. I know you're not good at Mortis, but you've been taking those Can You Dig It lessons. You know, I didn't throw in any spins in there until the very end, you'll see. But yeah, so here we go. What is it? 8 minutes and 30 seconds now. Definitely already beat my best time ever. But at this point, we still got about 5 minutes to go. I think it's wave 59 is when it's pretty much, it's done. Or it would be when wave 60 spawns. I'm not exactly sure. So we've got another 20 or so waves to go, which seems like a lot, but they start coming pretty quickly. I don't know, it's right there. You see 10 people watching right now. And when we finished, I went back to my band chat, and everybody was cheering me on. They're like, oh my God, Lex did it. They're like, well, who was playing Mortis? And they're like, Lex. And we was like, oh, are you kidding? We thought Can You Dig It would have done it. But anyway, so yeah, 9 minutes in, wave 40, still reading, you know, it's just, we're playing Ring Around the Rosies. That's what it goes, that's what this is all about. But it was actually pretty cool. Right there, there's where I screwed up. I dashed back, and look at this, 640 health. One shot, and I'm dead. One shot, I cannot take any more shots. I have to dash here, even though my health's low. I had to get, I couldn't take any shots, so I was trying to gather my health back, but dash in the spots that I could. So right here, I figured I was clear enough that I could get my health back up, but that was dicey. I mean, to be able to, you're right there, and it was just so close. I thought, man, I was surely just screwed it up, but somehow, some way, I managed to not die, and we were able to completely get it back into control. And this whole time, I'm probably wondering, what are CR7 and Trickshot doing back down there? Are they dancing? Are they just spinning? Are they just running around the box? Perhaps they're having a conversation. I really don't know what's happening because I can't see them. I wanted to bring them back near the very end just so that they could see these wave of bots that are chasing me. I kind of wish it would have spawned more bots, but not faster. Obviously, if they respawned them and they were faster, you wouldn't be able to do this because they would catch up to you, especially those little mouse droids. So it would have been funner to see a bigger trail of robots, but that's that's a lot, man. If they were all to hit you at one time, that's a lot of damage. Sorry, I had to, say the old meme there. I was also sitting quite a ways away from my router, and I was worried the whole time that I was going to start lagging, and if that happened, then I was going to lag out. I would be so sad if that happened at this point. If you were just to lag out at 11 minutes in, that would totally suck. But, we kept it together. We kept it together almost at 11 minutes now. Pretty much, you still 8, 9, 10 people have been watching me pull this off right here. I don't know. This is, again, I still kind of feel a little bit bad because this is an exploit. It's an exploit, but it is in the game. It's not cheating. It's not a bannable offense. It is, you're within the game rules. It's just kind of, you're really stretching the rules. This is not how Robo Rumble was ever intended to be played. That's why it is an exploit, but there's nothing bannable about it. There's nothing wrong per se. It's just kind of a little cheesy, it is what it is. But here at wave 51, we've got 9 waves to go, or 8 waves to go. You'll see when you get to the very end, it doesn't just stop. It actually gives you a countdown. It counts down from 15 all the way down to 0, and then when it stops, the game is like, boom, that's it, done. You have beat Robo Rumble. And that is that, and the game just stops. You'll see here in about a minute or so when that happens. I was actually taking some shots right there too, but for the most part, aside from 2 spots in this, I was never really in danger of dying. I knew I could take some shots here and there as long as I didn't take multiple big from the sniper bots. The melee bots, they never really catch you. The boss, he will sometimes, just because of he stops and he lobs that volley of rockets. That can hit you sometimes as well. But now with less than a minute to go, I was feeling pretty good. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pull this off. I'm actually going to the very first chance that I ever tried pulling off this crazy strategy. We're able to do it. 12 minutes and 30 seconds in, wave 56. Doing pretty well. I've got my pattern down. I definitely know exactly where I'm heading, and I wonder if they're going to go back to. I wonder what they're going to change to keep this from happening. I bet you if they just keep spawning more robots, there's obviously a limit here. If they just were to let the robots keep spawning, I don't know if that would overload their system or how they could make that work. But if the faster bots come out, or especially if the punchy bots came out, the charge bots came out, then that would definitely be a hard limit. You couldn't pass that anyways because they would chase up to you and catch you. But 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Here we go at the very end. 13 minutes. I decided to lead them back to my friends. They're spinning just so that they could see all the bots, so they could have some fun. But right there you have the game just stops at 13, 14. Right there you go. Me, CR7, and Trickshot. CR7 and Trickshot, they helped out a ton. But I'm glad they were there with me for that. So there you go. That is how you set a world record Robo Rumble time. That is how you beat Robo Rumble. Right there, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys try it out for yourself. Get yourself a sweet Robo Rumble time before it all ends. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out. All right, so hey, how'd you like the video? What? You didn't? But that was... Oh, you're a cat person. That makes more sense now. That's all right. Hey, there's probably some funny cat videos on YouTube you could find, but for here, if you want to check out some more Brawl Stars videos, those are right over there. Go check those out, or subscribe if you want or not. It's it's whatever. It's whatever.